past tense and a future tense. Okay. Now each of this is subdivided to 4 tenses, and totally we have 12 tenses. Okay. So here the 12 tenses we can say for example, let's take the present tense. Okay. So in the present tense we will be learning simple present tense, then present continuous, then present perfect, and present perfect continuous tense. So whether it is past or future, you will be having simple continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous tense. Okay. So yeah. So these are the type of tenses. Now let us go and see one by one in detail. So let us start with present simple tense. Okay. So whenever we want to make the present simple tense, the formula will be, okay, first you need, now we can, the tenses can be made in 3 types. One is when you have it as a statement, then when you want to negate. I hope you understand why I'm silent. Guys, kindly be serious. I hope you all understand English. And another thing is, this is being recorded. Javed records it, and then he shares the same thing with you all. So we also need to be equally professional. So kindly cooperate. As soon as you join in, please mute yourselves. Thank you. Okay. So you can ask it as a statement, negative by using not, and then as a question. Okay. So first of all, let us see what is the structure, what is the formula we can use to make it as a present simple tense. Now in a present simple tense, okay, we will say the statement subject plus verb and then the remaining part of the sentence. RP means here remaining part of the sentence. Now let's take an example. Birds, okay, is the subject. So the verb fly, then remaining part of the sentence, where in the sky. Okay. So this is a simple present tense, and this is a formula for when you want to use it for a subject, a statement. Now when you want to use it in a negative way, so here you use a subject, then based on the person you're using, whether it's the first, second, or the third person, so before the verb we use the linking verb to do, that is, okay, do or does, plus the verb, okay, does plus not, okay, then plus the verb, then the remaining part of the sentence. Okay. So here we can say, okay, say for example, just a simple sentence. Okay. Lions, okay, lions do not fly in the sky. Okay, lions do not fly in the sky. Now here when we say lions do not fly in the sky, so here I'm taking the subject here is lions, then do, to do, because lions is plural, so we are taking the plural linking verb do, then the negative not, and then the remaining part of the sentence fly in the sky. Okay, so this is when we want to make it as a negative. Now when we want to make it as when we want to ask a question. Now, the question can be asked in two types. We have one as an open-ended, okay, and then a close-ended. So whenever we have an open-ended question, okay, so here in an open-ended question, we usually start it with the WH word, okay, what. Now, okay, so an open-ended question, you can get answers in anything and everything. You can get the answers in different ways whenever you have a, okay, what. Now, what does, okay, okay, what do you do for a living, right? What do you do for a living? Now, here, so similarly, right? Okay, now, when it is a close-ended question, you usually use the linking verbs and then ask the starter question. So here, the linking verb. Now, for the simple present simple tense, you will be using to do. Okay, so here, to do, that is do or does based on the person you're going to use. Then to do plus the subject, then the verb, and then the remaining part of the sentence with the question mark. Okay, so do you study, okay, do you study late night? So here when I ask you these kind of questions, you usually can give an answer yes or a no. Okay, so these are the formulas, especially when you want to use it as a statement, as a negative, that is using not, and then as a as a question. So when you want to use it as a negative or as a question, then you need to use to do, the linking word to do. Got it? Got it, all of you? Any questions? Guys, any questions? Do you have any questions?
No,
Can we
ma'am.
continue? All of you are okay with it? You all understood this? All
Yes,
of you
ma'am.
understood? Okay. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead. Now, here. So, now basically, what are the situations where we can use the simple present tense? Okay. So, yesterday I think we discussed one situation. Can you tell me what was that I told you that we can use it only in the simple present tense? Anybody? I'm expecting an answer. Whether it is right or wrong, that's okay. I want an answer. Yes? Can you all tell? Okay. Yesterday, I think, Anu, you attended yesterday's class. Can you tell me what is one thing we discussed yesterday that we can use it only in the simple present tense?
Actually, ma'am, I did not attend yesterday class.
Yesterday's class, okay. Well, yesterday, who all attended? I think Blessing, you attended yesterday, right?
No, ma'am, I did not attend it.
You did not attend. Okay. Who attended yesterday's class? Grace, did you attend yesterday's class? Okay. Well, anybody, can you tell me what is it that we discussed yesterday that like we can use it only in the simple present tense? What is that situation where we can
Ma'am,
use
can
it?
I?
No, not pronoun. Yesterday we didn't discuss anything regarding pronoun. Now, along with verb conjugations, I mentioned something that we cannot use certain verbs in ing form and it should be only in the simple tense, right? So, what was that called? So, the first one is okay. Now, let us look at the situation. So, basically, when you want to, okay, when you want to your daily
Stative verb.
routine. Yeah, tell me. Sorry.
Stative verb.
Yes, state verbs. Very good. Who was it? Who told me about this? Who mentioned state verbs? Was it
Ma'am of work
Ishrat?
here, but I
You knew about.
online from my mother-in-law's
Okay.
account, so that's why
Okay.
it's showing Ishrat.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, it's a state verb. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here, now basically, whenever we want to talk about our daily routines, okay, so whenever we want to talk about our daily routines, we usually use in the simple present tense. And now, whenever we want to talk about the daily routine, we also use adverb of frequency. So, whenever we are using the adverb of frequency, this can be in two types. One is definite and one is indefinite. So indefinite usually comes in the beginning, and definite comes in the end of a sentence. Now here, indefinite examples. Okay, like usually, always. Okay, then never, occasionally, hardly ever. So these are some indefinite examples. Now, what is the structure when we want to use these daily routines? Okay, so this is the time where we make mistakes most of the time. So what we do is we usually use this in the beginning, right? Okay, so actually the structure would be first you need a subject, then the adverb of frequency, okay, then the word, and then the remaining part of the sentence. Okay, so here, so the subject, okay, okay, birds, right, okay, I, okay, always wake up by 6 a.m. in the morning. Got it? So remember, whenever you want to use an indefinite adverb of frequency, it should come before the verb and after the subject. Okay, guys, any doubts here? Any doubts here? Did you all understand? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
you
ma'am.
understood? Okay, you all understood? Right? Okay. Now, coming to whenever we want to use a definite frequency, so we say once, then twice, or every day, every, right? Okay. So, whenever we want to use this, we usually use this at the end of the sentence. Okay. So, uh, I go, okay, swimming. I go swimming, okay, every Sunday. Now, did you get it? Okay. Now, whenever, okay, let me just discuss this. Okay, so here, whenever we want to use this verb go, to go. So usually, suppose if we want to talk about the action, what we're going to do, then we usually say use it with ing. So go swimming, okay, then go walking, right? So usually we use the next verb with ing when it is denoting the action we are doing. Then suppose if you want to talk about the place you're going, then we say, okay, yeah, go to the gym. Now here we are talking about a place where we are exercising or something. Then we use go to the gym. Got it? Did you all get the two types where we can use go, the verb to go? Guys, any doubts here? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Any doubts? Okay. So here, whenever we want to, the second situation would be whenever we want to express the truth or the facts. So whenever we want to express the facts or the truth, okay, then we usually use it in the simple present tense. Say, for example, okay, okay, or even a statement. Yeah, whenever we want to talk as a statement, also we usually use it in a simple present tense. Now here, okay, say for example, okay, uh, right. So okay, let's just take okay, the sky is blue. Now you cannot change. It's a fact, right? The sky would usually be blue. You cannot change, isn't it? So, or, okay, some idioms and phrases like, okay, fortune favors the brave. Now here, this is like where the hardworking. If you're hardworking and you're brave to face difficulties, then definitely fortune is with you. That is what it means. Okay. So here, this is also a fact, isn't it? So basically, whenever we have a fact or a truth, or when we want to talk about daily routines, then we usually use as a present simple tense. Okay. Now, okay. So whenever we want to talk about a future event which is already fixed in a timetable or something, okay, then we usually use it as a present simple tense. Now here, okay, future, when you want to talk about a future event, okay, which is fixed, say like a timetable or something, then we usually use it in a present simple tense. Okay, so here, for example, the train leaves, okay, uh, leaves the platform, the train too, okay, or the train leaves the platform at half past 5:30, half past 5. So this is when you want to talk about a future event. So the first one is when you want to talk about your daily routines. Then second one is when you want to talk about your, like the facts. Then the third one is when you want to talk about a future event which is fixed, okay, with like a timetable or something. Then you usually use the present simple tense. Okay. Then, okay. Now, suppose if I want to introduce a quotation, right? Okay. So, say for example, when I want to talk in a direct speech, Then, okay, so say for example, okay, John says, okay, says, okay, a thing that is beautiful is always close to your heart. Okay, so basically, whenever you want to introduce quotations, whenever you want to talk about a statement or something in quotations, then you usually use it in the present simple tense. Got it? Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any doubts? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All of you understood?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, right. Okay. Okay. So this is something, these are a couple of situations when we can use it in the present simple tense. Okay. So here, whenever we want to use it in singular, so we change the verb form to S or ES. Okay. So now this is about present simple tense. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Indian time, I would like to continue with tenses, and I would like to do present continuous tense, like what I did today, present continuous tense and present perfect tense, because that is very important. These two are, I mean, all these three, that is simple, continuous, and perfect, are something what we is something what we use on a daily basis, right? Okay. Now, so coming to, we have another 10 minutes. So, anybody has any questions, any doubts to ask? Any doubts? Any doubts about the tenses? Any doubts about tenses? I would like
Ma'am, I
one. Yeah, yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt with the past perfect tense.
We'll discuss that tomorrow when I'm doing the, the past tense. Okay, we are still discussing
Okay.
the present tense. Okay, so yeah, past perfect tense we usually use had and then the past participle. Yes, definitely. What is your doubt?
I have a doubt about the simple past and past perfect, where we can use the simple past or where we can use past
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, I'll discuss this when we are using the when we discuss the past tense in detail, right? Okay, so I'll definitely discuss that. Okay, so here usually whenever we want to use the past simple past tense, okay, so whatever we did in the simple present, the same thing. Whenever we want to talk about an action which is completed in the past, okay, so then we use the simple past tense. Then suppose when we want to, okay, talk about some imaginary situations, that is with the condition if, okay, with imaginary situations which cannot happen, then again we can use it as a past simple past tense. And then, like when you want to talk about your past habits or something, then again we use it as a simple past tense. So all this I will definitely discuss when we do the past tense. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, and one more thing. I
uh,
have a doubt related to present also.
yeah.
In present tense, which tense we can generally we can use in the writing task one? Like whenever there is any particular task in which there is no years are mentioned, or like previous years are not mentioned. So which tense is good for the
uh,
present tense? Like
See
simple
that,
present.
okay. See, usually the present tense, that again depends on the question. Okay, so present tense would be, and also it is not only the tense there, you also need to use the adjectives with the verbs and things like that. So there are many things what you need to look into when you're writing task one. I'll definitely discuss task one also. One day we'll do letter writing, and one day we will do academic. Okay.
Okay, but ma'am,
Yeah.
like generally, what tense which we can use? Like if there is a suppose if there is a present scenario, like there are some maps which are
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
coming in
Okay.
the task one,
Okay.
in which there is a present and past, both are there.
Yeah.
So
See,
yeah.
that is, like when you have past and present, you have to start with the past, compare with present. Sometimes what you may get when it coming when they give you the years, they may give past, present, and then the future that is expected. So all the three have to be used. It's again based on the situation and the circumstance. You need to use the tenses. Based on the question given, you need to use the tenses there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The others, any questions before I end? Tomorrow, we will be having a session 1 hour earlier than what we had today. Okay. So, tomorrow also, I would like to continue. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I'm sorry about the. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about the disturbance we had in the beginning, because I'm sorry my internet wasn't working properly. So yes. Well, is there any question before we end the session now? Well, can anybody just highlight how was today's session? Was it helpful?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, it's very helpful. And thanks for giving your time.
Okay. The others, anybody else would like to talk about today's session?
Yes, ma'am. It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And then we will connect again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Indian time. Okay, so I'll see you all tomorrow, 1 hour before, and we'll continue with the tenses. That is, I'll try to finish present continuous and the present perfect tense. Okay, right?